we just had a connection that I had never felt with anybody
He
else.
was diagnosed with cancer shortly after the birth of my son.
Nobody teaches you how to be a widow.
My dad moved around. I don't want to say move on, but move forward. Because I'm not sure you ever move on.
Hello, everyone. I took my first Tai Chi class with Master Cologne during the first year after I lost my wife, Joan, to pancreatic cancer. I heard from a fellow golfer that it had improved her balance, focus, and breathing. As you all know, so often that first year after Joan died, I had trouble focusing. Sometimes when thinking of the recent painful past and worrying about a future without her, I couldn't breathe. I think you all know what I mean. Tai Chi helps me focus on the present and breathe properly while enjoying the very smooth movements. It's a little like slow dancing, but definitely a workout. I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. And Master Cologne is a wonderful teacher and makes it a fun activity. So I'm happy to introduce Master Domingo Cologne.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we get started with the actual class, I want to say just a brief background of myself so you know who I am. I started Tai Chi back in 1965. And in those years, a lot of people have never even heard of it. But I had done some research as a young teenager, been doing a lot of reading, and I come across these things about Tai Chi and these exercises. But it wasn't just the exercise, it was this mental thing as well, meditation and this focusing and calmness and all that. And I was that kind of kid. I was kind of an internal kid. I like to read, I like to draw, and my mom thought I was going to be a scientist. I did become a physical therapist, so that's close, you know. But the Tai Chi was something that intrigued me. And I was always interested in philosophy and things of that sort. So I started looking for that. And I found that there was going to be a demonstration. I lived in the Bronx, and I asked my mom if she would take me down into Manhattan to the town hall on 43rd Street and see this demonstration. Now, what I neglected to tell her was that it was a martial arts demonstration. There were going to be a whole bunch of different things going on. And there were all these different karate people, kung fu people, all this. There was a lot of yelling and shouting and screaming and jumping and breaking of boards and all this crazy stuff. And she's looking at me like, why are we watching all this stuff? And I said, wait till you see the Tai Chi. Well, wouldn't you know it, that the Tai Chi was almost at the end of the program after almost 2 hours. And she was getting fed up. She was saying, let's go. I said, no, wait, the Tai Chi's coming. So here comes this gentleman. He gets up and they put a little recording behind him explaining what it was. And he starts doing these movements, slow motion and just flowing. And my mom was looking at this and it was mesmerizing. And I said, that's what I want to do, not all that other stuff. He said, really, that's it? And he kept going through this movement. Then he explained a little bit about the health benefits. And as Ann mentioned about breathing and a few other mental things. And my mom said, okay, that you can do, not that other crazy stuff. And lo and behold, she was willing to sign me up. She did have to sign me up because I was 15 and I couldn't go in by myself. I had to be signed up. But that was it. Once I took that first class, I was hooked. And here I am, still doing it, still now. I started teaching in 1970. And in 1970, I was working with seniors, but also other kinds of groups, various places. And I could see how many people were benefiting from Tai Chi. It was fantastic. In fact, later on, when I became a physical therapist, I enjoyed teaching the Tai Chi more than doing the physical therapy, because in the physical therapy, I could only take people so far. And then the insurance cut them off and that was it. Also, I saw that many of the people who were coming into physical therapy would have been able to avoid physical therapy if they had done Tai Chi before, because they had created problems for themselves. They didn't realize it. And that boom, eventually I got to a point where they actually needed some procedures, maybe a surgery or just a physical therapy itself. So at that point, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to just focus on Tai Chi. And the rest, as they say, is history. I opened up my school, and I've been teaching full-time since 1978. Now, over the years, more and more people have heard about Tai Chi. There've been a lot of research papers and studies done talking about various benefits of Tai Chi. A lot of it has centered around the physical stuff, such as improving physical balance. But Tai Chi is a mind-body exercise, which we're going to see in a couple of minutes. So when we talk about improving balance in Tai Chi, we mean psychological, physical, and even spiritual balance. We'll be talking about energy and so forth as we go through the class. Now, there are lots of different types of Tai Chi, and there's what's called traditional Tai Chi. These are very complicated, long systems of choreography. That's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do today is something I created that uses the Tai Chi movements, the methods, and the techniques, but I've taken them and put them into a simple order so that anybody can follow along. So for today, you're just going to follow me. That's all you're going to do. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to learn anything. No problem. And with the Tai Chi set that I've created, everything that I do on one side, I'm also going to do on the other. So if you see me going one way and on your screen, you look like you're going the other way, it doesn't matter because we're going to do both sides. So it's a very flexible system. Everybody can do it. Now we're going to be doing a standing exercise, okay? However, if for any reason, any of you feel that you're not comfortable doing the standing, we're just doing simple steps from one side to the other, nothing complicated. But if you need to sit down, you go ahead and sit down and you can just do the arm movements and so on. So don't worry about it, okay? So if you think that might be the case, just have a chair handy and then you just sit down and follow along, okay? If anything feels weird, forget it, just go ahead and move gently, that's it. One of the sayings we say for our Tai Chi class is that the movements are done slowly, smoothly, and softly. So that's all that you want to do. Now, we're going to get started. But one of the things I wanted to share with you is that a lot of people don't realize what Tai Chi is about. We talk about arriving at balance, but what is this balance that we're talking about? There's an internal balance dealing with breathing. There's a mental balance dealing with calmness and centering and focus and so on. But the overall balance that we're really looking for is our awareness of nature. That nature outside of us, the nature inside of us, and how we can be in harmony with that. So guess what? When we're in harmony with nature, that's when we're relaxed, that's when we're flowing, that's when everything's working right. So if we do the movements a particular way, we're actually kind of getting into harmony with nature. And so that's the slow, smooth, soft method of Tai Chi. Okay, now we're going to go right into the exercises. At the end, I'll leave plenty of time for anybody who has any questions or comments about it, and we can talk a little bit afterwards, right? Okay. I have my camera on gallery view because I like to watch the people and see how people are doing. If you want to spotlight it so that you can see me in the big picture, that's fine. You do whichever way you prefer. Now, when we do Tai Chi, we have two methods to the movements. There is actually static Tai Chi and dynamic Tai Chi. The static Tai Chi is a standing position. It's used to build stability, but also helps you to start centering your mind and creating calmness. So what I'm going to do is separate my feet about shoulders width and just bend my knees a little bit. That's all. Now I'm going to bring my arms up about chest high and then a little bit of a circle as if I'm hugging someone, right? So you feel a gentle stretch across your upper back. All right. Now, we want to hold this position, but as softly as we can. So the feeling should be as if your arms are really just kind of floating in the air, so that even though you have your arms up, your neck and shoulders are loose and relaxed. And you can see my elbows are a little bit down, right? So we're just going to hold this briefly while we do some slow, deep breathing. And I just want you to bring your attention to your hands. And notice the feeling of the circulation in your hands. All right. We're going to hold that briefly. Now, sometimes when I do Tai Chi, I like to play some music. So I'm going to put a little bit of music on for us just to create some background. We don't do the Tai Chi to music. It's just to create a little atmosphere, that's all. Okay, breathing slowly and deeply. And with your next exhalation, slowly lower your hands and bring your feet closer together, staying relaxed. Okay, so we call that a standing meditation. There are different postures or different placement of the arms that can be used in it. This one we call embracing the tree, like you have your arms wrapped around a tree. Now, when we do the exercises, I'll give a couple of names to them because that helps us to get a sense of the particular exercise. All right, now we're going to go through a little bit of choreography. Again, just relax and follow along with it. I'm going to start with arms up at the sides, about shoulder high, and gently let them drop down again. Breathe in on the way up. Breathe out down. Nice flowing movement, like the gentle flapping of a bird's wings. Okay, once more, we come up. And now we're going to draw the arms in front of us. And then hands come down in the front. This is called sinking the chi. We come up from the sides, breathe in, and to the center and down, breathe out. The chi refers to our energy. So we imagine that we're drawing energy from the atmosphere around us and bringing it into our body and down, or as we say, sinking the chi. Once more, breathe in up. And breathe out down. Now, I'm stepping a little bit to the side, and I bring my arms up in the front, about shoulder high, and then relax the arms down. As they come down, let your whole body gently come lower. And we float up again. Breathe in up. Breathe out down. You feel almost like a cork bobbing up and down on the sea. Once more, breathe in up. Breathe out down. Now we're going to come up and round the arms and open. Breathe in. Bring one hand over the other, like we're holding a big ball, and we melt on down again. Then up and open. Breathe in. Switch hands and breathe out, down. We're going to say this big ball represents the moon. So we're going to call this embracing the moon. Embracing the moon. A lot of rounded positions in Tai Chi because they're gentle, relaxing postures. Okay, once more. Breathe in up. Breathe out, down. And coming up, open, let the hands drift closer to each other and down again. And we're back to this sinking the chi. That's up from the side. into the middle, and down in front. And notice we're going to come to this exercise a few times, each time that your neck and shoulders are going to feel more relaxed as we release tightness there. Okay, one more time. Breathe in up. Breathe out down. And relaxing the arms down. I'm going to start a gentle sway from side to side. When you lean to one side, you feel as if you're gently pressing your foot more firmly to the floor. We call that in Tai Chi rooting, like a tree growing roots deep into the earth. Okay, so as I root to one side, I'm going to tap on the heel with the other foot. Then when I root to that foot, I tap on the heel of the other foot. Heel. Heel. Now, when I tap on the heel, I'll bring one hand over the foot and down. One hand over the foot and down. Now, when I bring one hand over the foot, the other hand will be next to my elbow, and both hands down. One over the foot, the other one next to the elbow, and down. And we call this playing the Chinese guitar. Let's make the arm movement a little bit more circular than step. Down, circle the arms, step. Playing the Chinese guitar. One more time. Now keep the foot there and bring the arms into that embrace the moon position. Let the upper hand rest behind you as you reach up and out with the other arm. Sitting back, bring your arm down. Then reach up and across. Breathe out when you stretch. Breathe in, coming down. Slow, deep breathing. Now, bring the other hand on top again, embracing the moon. Then as one goes up, the other one drops behind it. This is parting the horse's mane. You're like brushing the mane of the horse. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And then back to play the Chinese guitar. We'll do it 3 times. Once on this side, down, the other side. And one more. Now, keep the foot there on this side. Embrace the moon. The upper hand rests behind you as you reach up and out with the other one. Breathe in, down. Breathe out when you stretch. And bring the other hand on top, embracing the moon. And one up, one down, parting up the horse's mane. Breathe in. Breathe out and stretch. One more time. And back to play the Chinese guitar. And one side. Down. The other side. One more time. And bring both hands up, back to the center, and open. Breathe in. Hands close to each other and down in front. We're back to sinking the chi. Breathe in up. Breathe out down. Again, notice your neck and shoulders getting lighter and softer. One more time. Breathe in up. Breathe out down. And coming up in the front. Open your arms. Now they come closer together and then they turn. One hand over the other. We let one hand reach out to the side. And it comes in And we do a one-hand push right in front. Back to the side. Breathe in. Breathe out with the push. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out and push. Now the other side. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push. Now we're alternating sides. First one hand pushing, and the other one. Reach out first and push. This is called fending off the monkeys, warding off the monkeys. A lot of interesting names in Tai Chi. One more each side. And hands come back to center and open. Now, I'm going to bring one hand under the other. Then the two hands switch, and we turn, carry them across. And switch, and turn, bring them across. Breathe in as they switch. Breathe out as you turn. Breathe in, switch, breathe out, and turn. This is waving your hands like clouds. Waving your hands like clouds. Each hand represents a cloud that's being blown gently across the sky by the wind. And now the upper hand, fingers together, pointing down. The other hand comes up, and we do a one-hand push to the side and down. Breathe in. Breathe out as you push. This is the single whip. Imagine you're riding a horse. This hand holds the reins. This is the whip hand. Single whip. One more. And bring the other hand under. Waving hands like clouds. And the upper hand, fingers together, point down. The other hand pushing out. Breathe in. Breathe out as you push. One more push. And bring the other hand under. The hands switch and turn, waving hands like clouds. Upper hand, fingers together. Now I step a little bit to the side and then push. And come back, gently rocking on your legs. One more push. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring the hand back on top and drop down in front. Reach across and up. The snake goes down the mountain. Breathe out, stretch. Breathe in, up. One more time. And bring the other hand under. Waving hands like clouds. And fingers together. Draw this foot in. Step out to the side and stretch. Breathe out with the push. Slow, deep breathing. One more push. And bringing the hand back on top. Then dropping down and across. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, down. The snake goes down the mountain. One more time. And bringing the other hand under. Waving hands like clouds. And bring both hands up, back to the center, feet a little closer together. and open. Breathe in, breathe out, and down in the front, sinking the chi. One more time. Breathe in up, breathe out down. Now, this next exercise we call the heart opening exercise. A big stretch out the sides, but come all the way overhead. And then down in front. As the hands come down, let your legs bend a little bit. Then come up, hands to the chest. We're going to make a big circle, reaching forward and down. As they come down, bend your knees. Then come up to your chest again. Hands go down, bend your legs. Big circle, up overhead, down in front, and relax. Coming up to about chest high, we put the fingers together and reach forward, stretching forward. You can even lean a little bit forward. Feel the stretch across your back. Now, what we're doing is we just built up the chi energy, and now we're sharing it with all of those around us, those people who need healing. We allow ourselves to share that energy. Breathe out. And then you relax. Pass down. And one more time, sinking the chi up in the sides. In and down. Now I'm going to bring the hands out a little bit lower this time, about waist high. They're still rounded. This is another standing meditation position. We just hold it for a few seconds again, and breathing slowly and deeply, just feeling your whole body relax into it. Now, some people might feel a lot more tingling in the hands and the fingers after all those different exercises we did. So focus on the feeling of the circulation into your hands and fingers. And then slowly let your hands come down. Now, we have a greeting in Tai Chi, a very simple one. With your right hand, make a fist. With your left hand, hand open. Put the open hand next to the fist, and we bow to each other. Thank you for joining us for this little introduction to Tai Chi. I'm going to open up the mics. Also, we'll turn off the music. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about